So I have to say congratulations. You're coming up on almost a year of marriage. Is there anything, almost like a couple of months away, right?
I'm like 6 months in.
Okay.
We're like
6
halfway,
months.
yeah.
So what have you learned in 6 months? About yourself or about what has changed about life?
The funny thing is, like, not much is, because we already lived together before we got married, so, like, not much has, like, changed in that way. But I have to say, like, everything's just, like, a little bit, like, sweeter, you know? Like, I think everything just feels, like, sweeter. I don't know if that makes sense, but people are like, oh, did you feel different when you got engaged? Do you feel different when you get married? I'm like, even if, like, your day-to-day doesn't really change that much, there is, like, a feeling about it that is different, and it's, like, a really lovely feeling. And in terms of things I've learned, we're pretty, like, it'd be kind of bad if we, like, learned something super new about each other.
Everything has changed. I barely knew him
Everything's
before.
different. He's so different. No. Everything's pretty gravy, baby.
It is great to talk to you both, especially about this series. Now, anytime I find out a series or a movie is based on a true story, I'm like getting my phone out. I'm doing all the Googles.
Yeah.
When this script first got into your lap, did you guys go back and read the book too? Do you think that's important as actors, or did you just want to like settle on this film? On the script and the story.
Everyone's different, but like I personally thought it was important to read this story because it is based on a true story, and I think we felt that immense responsibility to do this family justice and to really like just take really good care with the performances and with the story. And so we all read the book, and we all kind of used it as a really big point of information and research, and we were lucky enough to have Georgia Hunter, the author and relative of this family, be involved in the project where we could kind of go and consult with her if we had any questions or any just anecdotes that we wanted to hear, and that was really helpful as well.
And she was there a lot of the time while we were filming, so like, you could ask, even for Logan particularly, but like, what was your grandfather like?
Yeah.
What was your great uncle like? Mate, you know, this is such a close resource.
Yeah.
The history there, I can only imagine too, like her seeing, you know, and being on set and watching the story.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a.
It was amazing because like feeling like sometimes we can be really like caught up in like the, you know, day-to-day job of it sometimes. Not necessarily the story, but like just in general, like when you're on set, you get caught up in like, you know, the sound and then this and the wardrobe and like the things sticking and like, but Georgia being there was such a grounding force in terms of like watching her emotion and like her feelings with each scene, each take. It was just such a wonderful reminder all the time at like how important this story really is.
So talk to me about both of your characters.
I play Adam Eichenwald, who starts the series as a quiet, reserved boarder, a serious man in the Kurtz household. And then you kind of see him evolve, and you kind of see his fire come out as the series goes on. And he is, without giving too much away, variously and in different ways involved with Helena, who is played by this wonderful.
Do you think us being paired for interviews might have given that part
No.
away?
No one's going to guess that.
I play Helena Kurtz, who is the youngest member of the Kurtz family, who is also a bit fiery. I think she's one of those, she's got a big personality, and she's very spunky, she's funny, she's got a sense of humor, she's got a lot of drive and ambition and passion. And I think that she views Adam as this very serious man and this very like, she thinks he's lovely, but she likes to poke fun at him until she kind of, I think, succumbs to the idea that maybe he's really great for her. Maybe. If you watch the show, maybe.
If you get through the series, then you'll find out. Yeah. What are some things that you learned about what was happening during this time that you may not have known before going into this project?
I think that, like, you know, coming from a Jewish family and growing up just knowing about the Holocaust, like, I didn't learn about it in school necessarily, like, it was just something that was always kind of talked about. I think that you know how, you know the graveness of the situation. You know exactly what happened during the war. Like, there's no lack of, like, knowledge necessarily, but I think that within that, there are so many different stories from the war, so many different perspectives. I mean, I've read so many books from perspectives of Jews who are in camps who survived, of families who aren't Jewish, who are hiding Jewish people. I think every time there is a new story that is true, that is told about this period of time, you are learning something new, because every perspective has something new to offer and new to share.
I think what it did for me really was totally personalize it in a way that it didn't feel historical. It felt, the script felt, this is happening to these people right now. And I think that's what hit me the hardest about the experience of doing it.
Yeah. And again, I love stuff that's based on books or based on true stories. Do you guys have any other like favorite books that you would like to see come to life, even if it's something that you read as a kid? Or
favorite book come to life.
Yeah, that could be on the screen.
I read an amazing book a few years ago called The Brief Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde, and I thought that would make a fantastic film or TV show.
You know,
Anyone's read it?
Yeah.
It's great.
I never read it, but I take your word for it. I trust your taste. You got great taste. I'm having a really hard time thinking of something, but for some reason my brain is like, you know, The Cat in the Hat. I know it's been the one with oh my God, Mike Myers. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think, say what you will about the movie, I think it was a perfect adaptation, and I think I'm good. I think that's like the highlight for me of things that I would like to see from when I was a child, like be on screen. A lot of people don't like that movie, but I think it is I saw recently it got like 20-something% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I think that's unfair. That movie is a fever dream, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, I don't like when like people go back and like rate the classics. I'm like, leave it there. It was good when it came out. We loved it at the moment.
I did read something that was a little upsetting. That was like Dr. Seuss's wife like hates the movie, and I'm like, well, that's
really
upsetting. But I enjoyed it as a child, and still do.
Awesome.